YouTubers, Brad here back. As you can see, something a little different to start 2026. We're going to get to that and to some channel updates at the end of the video, but here we are. We've just turned off the Hume Highway at Wodonga. Going to go and follow the old highway through Albury now. On a good day, back before the bypass went in, if it took you 45 minutes to get across town, you're doing good. So, Wodonga Creek, obviously the bridges have not been updated at all since they've been built. Really, they're in bad shape. Same with the road surface. We are now on the Lincoln Causeway, and the road has not been touched barely since the bypass went in 2008, 9. It's the end of the 2000s anyway. It might have been 2009, but yeah, the Lincoln Causeway, the original gateway to New South Wales out of Victoria, had the big archway up over the road here. Fruit fly inspection. I believe way back in the day there was actually a toll booth. I think you had to pay to get across the river, but someone will surely correct me in the comments. So I suppose the biggest question here now, why are we doing this on a bike and we're not in a truck? First thing, and again we'll get to this at the end of the episode, I'm no longer employed by Bodman Transport. We've separated, gone our separate ways, if you will. It wasn't a jilted lovers departure or anything. I'd had enough, and yeah, after a weekend I thought, no, I'll go back and ask for my job back, but they won't have me back. So a little bit more about that later. We won't go too deep into it, but the main reason I'm on the bike doing this is, for a start, you're going to get more of a view as we cross the Murray River here into New South Wales. You get more of a view of what's around, and not just the camera stuck to the truck window or the back of the sleeper. So, and we're going to try and point out some locations here now. Across the river into Wodonga Place, a lot of this would not have changed a lot since the good old days. Paddle steamer hotel's still there. You've still got the servos all the way along here. Again, one thing you're going to notice when we do this, the road surface is going to look pretty familiar, especially once we get to the concrete. But all your Noriel parks and all that stuff still here. The big water wheel here has been removed some time ago. That's now sitting in a paddock up at Estale in the Middle Valley. Unsure why, how it got there, but that's where it is. It used to be there at the Noriel Park, but it's now gone. Same with the hotels. Swimming pool, footy ground still over there on the corner, and I think it's a Lessie Mazda on the corner here. But we'll go around our first of the corners on the bypass, and oh yeah, just come straight across into my lane, that's fine. Car yards, I probably should have picked a little bit of a later time in the day to do this because that sun's probably playing havoc with the camera, but it's already 29 degrees, it's going to be 36 today, so this section here is just resealed a couple of weeks ago, which is good because it was just of sections of sealed concrete. Your Macca's, barbecues galore, all well-established businesses that have been here for the longest time. I won't round this Winnebago up because we're going to stop up here because as we head north we are of course coming up to Rollover Corner. Bugger it, let's go. 20Y, more motels, school. Big Winnebago. this has all changed. Big high rise here. Was Hungry Jack's on the corner. That's moved. KFC's around the back now. So that would be one of the big updates you haven't seen. But Hume Street, as it's called now, not the Hume Highway. The trees have probably got a little bit taller and greener, and that's about it now. They done some pretty extensive earthworks here when the bypass went in. Just going to pull up here on the footpath and look like an idiot or a tourist, one of the two. So, rollover corner. Oh, look at this face like that. Obviously the house on the corner's gone. That got bulldozed. I think it got purchased when the bypass went in. That denture clinic there now is one of the old houses. The amount of grain trucks and B-doubles that have been over that fence, that brick fence. I know a lot of yous would know or remember back in the days coming through and getting stuck because of a rollover, having the wreckers here to pull them back on its wheels and that, and just completely shutting the road. Let me know if there was an alternate route. I know you could go out the Riverina Highway to Howlong and come back across the bridges there, but was there somewhere through Albury you would deviate legally or illegally to get past the corner? So yeah, this is all changed. That goes out past the railway line now to get us back on the Hume, but we've got the good guys here. That's all new. Another question for some of the old blokes that used to run through here. Sizzler. Was that here close to Rollover Corner, or was that up here further near Barella Road? Railway station. All this has been redeveloped since the bypass went in. Subaru's got a lot bigger. You got I used to have Super Cheap in there, but Repco now. The old Albury terminus location, when it burnt down, is now a liquor warehouse. Even before the bypass, when I used to come through in a truck late at night, all the drunks spilling out to the top of Dean Street here was interesting. Passed out, spewing on the centre medians. Yeah, the old flour mill location, bulldozed in 2013, never to be rebuilt. They've been trying to sell the land off for townhouses and all sorts of things, but rightio. But yeah, alas, nothing's ever gone back. The old bungee silos. And then the old wool sheds. First was redesigned into Bunnings warehouse, and then Bunnings moved out to where we have been over the last couple of years. But yeah, was Sizzler there where NZ is, next to the Manor Hotel? I know it was along here somewhere, but I just don't remember where, because we used to sit there, all you can eat, and watch the trucks taking off from the lights and racing each other. All the sorts of stuff you'll love when you're a kid, but yeah, Amart All Sports now, no more Bunnings, Harris Farm Markets. Astor Hotel, as we cross Barella Road. Again, would have been a good little place here, sitting out in the alfresco bar there. And the old Astor Hotel itself. And yeah, trucks racing along here past Xavier's High School. I know it's a Catholic school of some description. Scott's School. And yeah, through the residential area here, under the elm trees, screaming jimmies, purring caterpillars, making your way up here to the next of the hairpin corners. I suppose it's not really hairpins, they're just a right turn. But get an orange. So a little bit of our residential area for Albury before we get back into the commercial stuff again. So probably back to one lane around there to turn. You'd get a double around there, but I don't think you get too wide. Again, up it. You'd be out of the low bottom box into the high box. Maybe 9. Up here, the Mate Street. Off North Street. Again, the freeway just meandered around the corner here. No need to stop. Gas World, there's been a lot of stuff in there. Polaris was in there. This is a car yard through here. That's now office blocks because there aren't enough abandoned office blocks. No, that's going to be childcare, looking at the shade sail posts out the front. Mr. Stove, something's been here for decades. Albury Firehouse. Oh, indicator still on. Albury Showgrounds. Residential with a bit of industrial, steelworks. So I didn't check the clock out when we turned onto the Causeway, but I reckon we're doing better than 45 minutes. The end timer of the video is going to determine how quick we're doing it, but it is very light traffic and we've barely had to stop. So we're going more residential. Again, 20-25 years ago, these houses were probably the lowest price in town, being right next to this being the Hume Highway, but once the bypass went in, still a lot of local traffic driving on it, but if we've got to come out to Lavie, we just go out the highway and come back in Racecourse Road or Union Road, I think it is. But yep, every town's got one or two of them. Old church, another medical centre. So we come up to the five ways here. Urina Road, Wagga Road, Union Road. Union Road goes right through. So again, some food options along here. Some parking options on the side of the road. Unlike Holbrook and other places, or what we're about to see on Wagga Road, they haven't beautified the shopping strip there to have trees every 100 metres or so and stop long vehicles from parking. Oh, I'm in neutral. So across the road here is another big one. It was Holden dealership for the longest time. Then some other car yards went in there. I'd assume the space of that, it would have been a service station at some point. Again, someone can let me know on that one. But, the five ways, very lucky if you got through here on the green. Bit of a hold up. Northside Hotel, the old telephone exchange on the other side of the road there. Next to the Boomerang Hotel. So here we start the beautification that's happened to Wagga Road. Now, obviously these trees are taken off, but we've kept it 2 lanes either side for now. Done the medium strip, put the trees all the way along the side here, so no parking for long vehicles. You basically got the vehicle park either side of a driveway, and that's about it. Some stuff would have changed here as well on Wagga Road. Nursing home, a lot of new stuff. KFC, whatever that 5-floor building is there. Now they've got a Gomez and Gomez out here now. There used to be Rivers over there that sold up and moved into the Lavie Plaza. That used to be the Ampol. Big Ampol servo there with car wash out the back. That got bulldozed. They remade a brand new Hungry Jack's up there with a smaller, newer building. And this whole service area is just a bloody big car park and a taco shop and a poro. Something different. Eagle Boys used to be in the servo there too. Ultimate Sheds, Audi, fast fuel motorcycles where this bike's serviced. Like the old Mitre 10 there. A lot of it's shut down. It's just gone. McLovin's Pizzas. Oh, yeah, there's your Subway there. Servo, Weber, the old Siesta Hotel. Quality Resort by Choice Hotels now, apparently. Car wash. Various businesses. Yeah, Wagga Road does go back into one road now. Obviously, we used to drive over there. Parking on either side of the road. They've made an island in the middle. That's all just a service road now. Jack Sheds still there. They look abandoned though. Leave Lavy behind, start heading out towards Springdale Heights. And two of the last big servos, truck stops to the left in Albury. The crossing way, the crossing path, the river crossing, whatever they call it, the shell. That burnt down. A lot of these hotels, they rented out the rooms for long-term people to live in them instead of actually using them for hotels, just to keep open. But that one there's obviously burnt down. Another hotel out here on the hill that was all but closed. It's got temp fence all the way around it. Got Green Door Motel there. That's still stayed open somehow. Again, it'd be just cheap hotel for passes through. Bunker. Catherine Crescent down there, where Hartwigs used to be. Some other toll logging used to be down there. I don't know if they're still there now. It's only just now, 30 years later, that all this land started to be purchased for new buildings. Apex Warehouse. Yeah, so Shell's there where we used to get fuel. No longer. Blacklock's Ford, obviously, on the corner. The big transmission parts manufacturer up the back that sadly went out when Holden closed, like they were doing transmissions or diffs for Holden up there. Coffin Spillmore down there, your cat dealer. Last set of lights leaving Lavy, Albury. Hartwigs, new location in there. No, sorry, Daimler. Used to be Hartwigs, they'd moved there. Hutchin and Pierce, John Deere behind that, Jayco, where we got our van from, and the BP, North Lavy BP, new scales. Parking on the other side of the road here. A lot of blokes would have spent time. Which, looking at the tar, I'm guessing that's a very old section of the Hume Highway they just kept open as a parking area before they put this section in. We'll close this float because we're going to get a bit of wind noise. Still going out Wagga Road. We're back with the railway line now. Bushwalking up in there. More parking. Pull over on the way into town. Check your straps, check your binders, check your dogs. Going through town. It's So I did put the question out on what would you call it, on YouTube posts, YouTube, Facebook, and asked what direction people want to see me go, and all but one said northbound, so that's why we've gone northbound for Albury. The big estate's only just gone up in there in the last couple of years. A lot of houses going in there. Ettamogah Rise. And again, that's about it. There are more houses up there, machinery storage there, a lot of big crop and big broadacre gear in there. What is there? Bergort. German for something. As we get to the end here, going out past what used to be Norske Stug, now the Nexus Rail Hub, after the workplace accident that happened a few years ago, probably 10 years ago now, which that and high running costs ended up shutting the paper mill down. On our right here, some would remember the old, I'm going to call it Wildlife Park. I don't know what its exact name was. Of sanctuary sign sitting on top of that sign there, Albury Sanctuary, perhaps. A place for tourists to stop on the way into Albury or the way out of Albury. It's a big pile of mulch. Squirrel. Forge, overall forge. So as we leave Wagga Road and start to approach the Hume Highway, the old rail bridge up over the Albury-Sydney railway line, Billy Hughes Bridge, they call it. Oop, I better pay attention because this has changed. No longer just a slip lane onto the highway, but don't know why I've done this, because now I'm devoted to the highway. Oops. So I realised that Ettamogah pub's only 2k up the road from where we were, so we've just ducked up here to Ettamogah, Tabletop, Burma Road. I don't know who has to give way in that occurrence, but I'll let them go. Professional driver doesn't even know the road rules. Oh. So 9:30 in the morning. I don't know how busy this is going to be with tourists. I don't even know if it's still open anymore. It's opens, closes, someone else takes it over, someone loses a heap of money because it's too far out of Albury. People don't want to stop here. Bikies got into it and sold it and got shut down. Been here once before I got married and had a lunch. It was nice. It was expensive but nice, but again, why would you come all the way out of here? Tabletop Homestead Motel. So, the old Ettamogah Hotel. If you know it, you know it. I'm not going to go too far into the details. Old Aussie larrikin drawings and sort of cartoon animated stuff. Obviously that skydiving team got out of the plane just in time. Yeah, but that's it. Still looks not too bad a condition. Now it is designed, it's not an optical illusion, it is growing out of the ground in some weird and wonderful angles there. That whole back ladder's just hanging out where she's walking that dog. That would be fun. Probably play around with me vertigo a little bit, but I think there's two of them. The original Automotive Park Museum, Albury, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think there is two of them, but I couldn't tell you where the other one is. The restaurant definitely doesn't look like it's open. But we might pull up here in this nice little rustic area, park in the shade, and have a little bit of a chat and end out the video. Well, it's only fitting that there's one Aussie icon struggles to survive, another one, and that's talking myself up stupidly, I know, but need to move on, shift gears and evolve the channel a little bit and help it move on as well. The Offsiders pretty much know what happened, what went on. I'm not going to mention it here. It was nothing bad, I don't think. I didn't want to burn any bridges when I left, just in case, but I would have thought going back and asking for my job back 3 days later, they would have welcomed me back and not said that we've already found someone to replace you. That was a bit of a shock, but anyway, it's just a shame the reckless outlaws are favourised over law-abiding truck drivers. But anyway, that chapter is now closed, so no more big black European truck in the channel. What's going to happen now? So we're going to take January off. There probably won't be any new videos in January until I, one, find a job, and two, get back on my feet. Talking with a couple of people, I'm not in the mindset, or if I go into a trucking company and say, hey, I need a job, the whole YouTube thing would come after it. But talking to some people, they say, no, well, you probably should mention the YouTube thing and just mention that, hey, if it was all right with them, you'd like to continue, which I would. But again, it's a day or two after New Year's. Monday, I really need to go back to work to start getting some money, and otherwise things are going to get tight real quick, because this was not planned at all. So yeah, some eagle-eyed supporters would probably notice there's been a little bit of rebranding, shuffling around on the channel, on the Facebook. Just changed some icons. I can't change the YouTube name itself, but it's sort of we're skewing towards the Aussie trucking on Highway 31 instead of the Aussie trucker, just so we can still focus on trucks and that sort of thing. The old gear. Some of my highest views have always been the events, the trips, crawling the Hume, all that sort of thing. The truck shows. So I'll be still doing that. We'll still have that on the calendar. There's tractor pull and truck show sort of event on in Gundagai in February, so that's probably the next time you'll see me. But I just wanted to sort of remove whatever Bodman branding I could from the channel, particularly stand in front of one of their trucks. Nothing's been said about the YouTube channel, but I just don't want a letter from legal saying, hey, delete it all because you're showing our trucks. I'd hope it doesn't come to that, even though I'm not working there anymore. It's still a year and a half of videos just showing what life's like on the Hume Highway for a truck driver. So I suppose some questions that you might have, what's next? Is it trucking? The problem I've got here is a lot of the trucking companies in the area, the interstate blokes, it's it's B double or bigger. Melbourne, Sydney, that sort of thing. I know never say never, but I'll never drive a truck to Melbourne again. So that knocks out half of the companies here, and I don't know Sydney at all, and don't really want to. So the answer is I don't know. The biggest problem is everyone, well, for the most part, everyone's shut up over the Christmas and New Year's break, so I can't even really put the feelers out until we start getting in the new year. There have been a couple of possibilities, a couple of things I managed to line up in that week before Christmas, before people shut down. One's a driving job, but there's no way I'd be able to film that job, and I probably wouldn't even be able to take photos in that job. So, plus it doesn't kick off until February, so I can't not work in January. But anyway, I hope you don't mass exodus. As I said, we're still going to be going around, still going to be looking, checking out some sites. I'd love to say this will free me up to do some more stuff along the Hume, checking out some of the old highway and bits I haven't done yet. What that's going to be, I don't know. In the meantime, it's probably going to be on the bike, because this is my cheapest form of transport, and money's going to be tight. But anyway, these things happen. The Australian trucking YouTube channels are dwindling. We're getting lower and lower. You better jump over and keep on watching Jono and Paul and the Vigorous Bear to cover all your trucking content in Australia. But anyway, I've been Brad. Hume Highway Jason here at Ettamogah. I hope you enjoyed the drive through. I went as slow as I could. If there's any points of interest through town there that you're seeing, don't be afraid to comment with a timestamp, and we can talk about it in the comments. What a way to start 2026. I hope you all had a safe one. Didn't drink too much, didn't eat too much. A little bit of rapid expansion in the lower regions, but we'll try and fix that in the new year. So no point dragging this one out. Keep an eye on the post section of YouTube, keep an eye on the Facebook page. If there's any updates, that's where you'll see it. And yeah, see you out on Highway 31 somewhere.